Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we will start from where we left in our last session. In last session we discussed about how we can add dynamic content in our WordPress theme. In last session we create a WordPress theme from HTML design. Okay, so in this session we will continue from where we left in our last session. Okay, so we have our content like this. Okay, so we are showing our dynamic post title and content as well with a read mode link, but this link we will remove it, or we can make it work. Right now it has a hash in it, so it won't go anywhere. But if you click on this more, or maybe you can click on a title, you can show a full page. Okay, full post. We also want to put a home link here. Okay, but that we will do it later. Okay, so first part, let's add a dynamic date here, and as well as the username which posted this content. Okay, so here we are displaying our date. Change it to like the underscore date. Now this function will not work for us. Okay, actually let's run it. It shows 7th April 2014. That is the correct date. Okay, let's check it out in our post area. 7th April 2014, that's correct. This is also correct, but after that we are not getting our date, because these three content are posted in a same date, on a same date, which is 6th April. I updated this one after that, so it shows 7th April. Okay, but for this 6th, so this will not display any date. This is how the underscore date function behaves. What we want to do is just echo out get underscore the underscore date. This will definitely output the date, so this won't change in our first post, but in our third post we are getting the same date, which is 6th April 2014, as displayed by our post. 6th April, 6th April, 6th April, so this is the same. Okay, next part is our author. So right now I'm the only one author for this blog, but anyway, just update it. So make it a dynamic, like I'm statically changing it to Ronak and then again making it to dynamic the underscore author. Okay, so now we are getting a dynamic, which is a razor again. Next thing, okay, we have our featured image missing, so let's add some images in our post. So let's oh, we have a problem. Okay, our theme is not supported by the featured image, so let's add first that part. So if you want to look at any function for WordPress, just the first link, that is I think this one. Okay, yeah, I have a little slow connection, so Okay, so this one we need to add in our functions.php file, which we haven't created yet. Let's create one more file, new file, and functions.php. This will be called automatically by WordPress, so don't worry about it. Just add a PHP tags. You can leave it as open, doesn't matter. This will add a theme support for post underscore thumbnails. Okay, let's refresh again, and sure enough we have our featured image. Now we want to set our images, so let's browse some images. Let's add this one, Xcode one. Okay, and set as a featured image. Before that, I want to set options for my media. Thumbnail size 150, that's fine. Largest size this. Okay, we are good. Okay, save changes, and post sample post to set featured image Xcode. You can put a alt tag like sample post to, same one, sorry, post to. Okay, now we are good. Update it. Still we are not getting any dynamic image because we haven't coded yet. Let's add a dynamic image where we are displaying our image. Yeah, here. So add one more thing, which is PHP the underscore post underscore thumbnail. Size will be large, and other attributes we are leaving it for now, and we don't need this one. Run it again, and sure enough we are getting our dynamic image, but we are not getting any CSS here because in our previous image we have a class which is featured image. We want to add it in our thumbnail also, so let's add an array with class whatever it is. Now we don't need this, and sure enough we are getting our thumbnail. Okay, but here we don't have any image, so don't worry about it. Once we update it, we will get it. Next thing we have is our we are done with this one. Okay, so next part is our categories and tags. So let's do that. Okay, go inside the code, and right here we have our categories. So for categories to work, don't worry about it, I'll explain the code. WP underscore get underscore post underscore categories, and pass in the $post ID. Now $post is a global variable for current post, so this will set up this $post variable, and inside that we have our ID, and for that ID this function will get categories and output in this variable. Now this is an array. Now cats equal to array, which will create a blank array inside this variable, and then cat links as well as another array. Now next thing, post categories, we are looping through it and output one by one element inside our C variable, and then we are getting this category from a database. We are only getting a ID here, so we are getting a full category from database, and then we are storing it that category with name as well as slug. So $cat and then name, and for $cat and then slug. Okay, so we are getting two attributes, which is first one is category name and second one is category slug, which is used to be inside our link. Okay, next we are building our links. So a href, then get category link $C, which will get the link and category name. Yeah, I changed the code here, but I forgot to change here. We don't need a slug now, so you can remove it, but I will let it whatever it is. Okay, now we have our category links, so we just want to output it here. Okay, but separated by comma. So PHP has a function for it, which is implode, then comma, then array, which is cat links. And output that one. Okay, let's check one more time. Okay, so sample post 2 is uncategorized. All our posts are uncategorized. Let's add some categories. Now add new category, and I'm giving a category, or make it a general. Add category. Next one is business. Okay, so we have two categories. Now for this post I want to make it to business. For post number 3 I'm adding one more category, which is say education, and for this post I want to make it two categories, education as well as general. Now let's view our front end. So we have a business category and we have two categories here, education as well as general. Okay, so get category link will generate a link for this category, which is business. So as you can see it here, it shows category / business, which is business is a slug for this category. Okay, so now we are listing only business category post. If I click on education, it will display only education post. Let's add one more inside this one. Let's add one more category, which is say politics. Now I want to make it a general as well as politics. So we have two posts with a general category, so let's click on general and we are listing two posts. So that's how the categories work. Now same for the text, so remove this one and So tags, we are getting similar to categories. We are changing the function to tags, getting our tags. Now one way to get an ID is this, another way is this with arguments. So we don't have any arguments here, leave it in. Then HTML array, HTML equal to blank, for each tags as a tag, tag links, get tag link, similar to this one. You can refer to it. You only change a bit of code but nothing else. So now we are outputting this in here. Okay, let's check it out. So we don't have any tag yet, so let's add some tags to our post. Like this one has a politics, so let's add politician, comma, general, for general, like let's say add public, two tags, and for oops, okay, for post I think I forgot to save the post. No problem, we are listing a business as a professional, comma, future, add, update it, and let's refresh it. So sure enough we have a future and professional tag. Okay, same thing will be displayed on our view page. Okay, let's check it out. Our another post has the same. No, we don't have any tag in our other post, so let's add like post 3. We are adding it's in education, so first it's in general, so let's add a public, and let's education related, like technology, add and update. Okay, so we have a public and technology tag, and here we have future and professional tag. Okay, so we are getting our dynamic content. Next thing we are doing is the next and previous post links. Like once we get our more posts in our blog, we can't display all posts here because the page will be longer and it will take some time to load. So let's add a settings inside that reading. We have 10 posts to display. Now we don't have 10, but we can set it to like 2. So our blog will display only 2 posts. And now we need our next and previous links. So let's add those links. After completing the loop, this one, we want to display our next and previous post links. So closing it and opening, then let's write next underscore post underscore link. Sorry, we are already in our PHP part. So next underscore post underscore link, then put a label for next post. and one more link for previous post. Post link and make it previous post. Okay, so we have our next post link and we have our previous post link. Okay, next, now it's time for us to separate those code, like this one will go inside our header section, and this one go inside our footer section. So let's create a new file which is header.php. Make sure you name it header.php because WordPress calls this file by default. Now let's copy this code, cut this code from here to here. Let's cut it from here and put it inside our header. Then for footer part, okay, and inside our index file we are calling our header, which is get_header function, which by default calls header file, and next part is our footer function, which is get_footer. Okay, so nothing is changed because we just separate those files, but our code final execution, final output is still same. Next thing is our sidebar area. So let's remove this code and replace it with our dynamic sidebar. Function for that is get_sidebar. Okay, so we are getting our dynamic sidebar, but it is not the way we wanted. Our design shows our widget area is wrapped inside a box, so it's time to change our code a bit, especially the CSS part. So let's inspect this part. So we have our sidebar div, which is this one. Inside that, this is our widgets. So we have three parts. Inside this part, let's say navigation part, and inside that we have our h2 here, and before that we have our li. So this is our box. So inside our CSS we have to replace this with our new change of HTML, which is li. So replace it everywhere. Okay, run it, and now we have another problem for our first thing. We are missing our title part. So because by default it outputs inside h2, but we have configured h3. So let's change it to h2, and now we have our widget, but we have a lot of spaces here. Let's remove that one. So go over here and make a margin to 0, and sure enough we have our dynamic design for sidebar. Okay, so that's it for today.